Let's begin. A bet has two sides, winning or losing. All right. What would your reaction be if you lose a bet? This happens among friends and peers. That okay, even if it's of $50 or $100, they say, okay, I bet you for $50, I bet you for $100, small amount. So, what do you think if you had lost a bet? How would be your reaction after losing a bet?
Ma'am, a sad moment.
A sad moment, and you will also lose, na? Whether if your bet was related to $50 or $100, you will lose your money as well, right? Would you try to get out of the deal and wish that the other person lets it go? Anytime you had a bet with your friend, okay, I bet you that this particular person is going to come late, and then for fun also, for prank also, you do it, and in between the bet, do you think that okay, now the other person is winning, so he should leave out the deal, he should get out of the deal?
No,
So
ma'am.
that
No, ma'am.
it
No,
never
ma'am.
happened. Okay. Discuss in class about the advantages and disadvantages of betting. We just discussed the advantages and disadvantages. Yes,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
saw what happens even during the war. Both, if we have a bet, it is none of them are winning, right?
Yes.
Even if the person who is winning the bet out of the two, he is losing something or the other, right? Now, as in this case, we will see that it's on one hand the banker is losing money, and on the other hand the lawyer is losing his 15 years of life. That's more important. Okay, here is an out of the extraordinary example of a bet taken in the. Okay, let us read the story to find out. Let us read the story to find out the bet. It was a dark November night. The old banker was pacing in his study as he recalled the party he had given 15 years before. So this is the story. In the beginning of the story, it is the banker who is, trying to remember, trying to recall the party he had given 15 years back. Okay. Now, there was much interesting conversation at the party. Among other things, they talked of capital punishment. Okay. The guests, for the most part, disapproved of capital punishment. Some of them said that capital punishment should be replaced universally by life imprisonment. Okay. What does capital punishment mean, children?
Ma'am, when
Execution.
someone is killed.
Execution. Okay. So in the party, people were discussing about whether execution is it good or is it bad. Some people agreed to it, some people disapproved to it. Okay, and some people said that, no, it should be replaced. It should not be the same. It should be replaced by life imprisonment. You should not execute, or you should not kill anyone. Okay, I do not agree with you, said the host. Who's the host? Who's the host?
The banker.
The banker. Very good, Raj. Very good. In my opinion, capital punishment is more moral and more humane than imprisonment. Execution kills instantly. Life imprisonment kills by degrees. So, what do you think? Is the host right? What's the host's opinion? He's saying that, according to him, execution is much better, because if you execute any person, okay, if you kill any person, he's killed instantly. But if you're imprisoning a person throughout his life, then he doesn't have any hopes, right, to live, because he knew that throughout his life he's going to be imprisoned, and that is more painful than killing on the spot, isn't it?
It is just a type of torture for the whole life.
It is a torture, and at times, the people who are there in life imprisonment, they urge for the people to kill them, right? Because they are so much depressed. It leads to a lot of depression. They are both equally immoral, remarked one of the guests. So one of the guests is saying that whether it is life imprisonment or whether it is execution, okay, both are immoral. Okay, this is one of the guests' opinion, because Their purpose is the same, to take away life. Whether you are taking life instantly or whether you are taking the life slowly and gradually, the purpose is same. Both the ways the person is getting killed, right? The state is not God. The state is not God. It has no right to take away that which it cannot give back. Okay, so the state is not. You cannot consider the state as God, because it's a God who has given life. So who's the state to decide whether the person is going to stay alive or whether the person is going to be dead? All right, because if the state is taking away the life, will the state be able to give the life back?
No, ma'am.
No, it's God. It had all these qualities are with the God. He is the creator. Now, among the company was a young lawyer of about 25 years. He said, capital punishment and life imprisonment are equally immoral. But if I were offered the choice between them, I would certainly choose the second. It's better to live somehow than not to live at all. Okay, so among all the guests who were there at the party, everybody was giving their own opinion. Host has his opinion. The other guest who was there in the party, he had his own opinion. And among them, there was one lawyer who was 25 years old. And according to him, what did he say? That he agrees to the fact that both are equally immoral. But if he will be given a choice to choose any one of them, he would prefer having life imprisonment rather than going for execution. Okay, because somewhere he believes that instead of losing the life instantly, we will have a life, right? The person can live. Now the banker disagreed strongly. What was banker's opinion, children? What was the opinion of the banker?
Ma'am, that banker's opinion was that he would have to stay for, he would give 2 million for staying for 5 years in imprisonment.
No. Now, if among these two things, whether life imprisonment or execution, what was banker's, the host's opinion? Host is the banker, right?
Yes.
The banker's
Yes.
opinion was that the execution is better than
Right.
staying in a prison for life.
Right. So can you see there is a contradiction in both the opinions? On one hand, the banker is thinking that execution is much better compared to life imprisonment. On the other hand, the lawyer is saying that life imprisonment is much better. So there's a contradiction. Can you see? The
Yes,
two
ma'am.
people is disagreeing. So this happens, even in today's present life. It is not necessary that everybody will agree to your opinion. And if you go to such, get-togethers or parties, the people do talk on some of the other topics. So now the topic over here was related to execution or imprisonment. But usually, if you'll see in all the get-togethers, mostly they have some hot topic for discussions. So not necessary that people will agree. But now here, both these two people who are contradicting with each other, they went to such a level with their argument that they finally had to bet each other. Let's see what they do. The banker disagreed strongly. Turning to the young lawyer, he cried out, "That's a lie. I bet you 2 millions. You wouldn't stay in a cell even for 5 years." Okay, so now instantly, since there was a contradiction of opinion, so he bets that he's going to give him 2 millions if he says even for how many years? 5 years. Yes, very good, Raj. "If you mean it seriously," replied the lawyer, "then I bet I'll stay not 5 but 15. So it's like things now, it's of not a discussion on a topic. Now it has the conversation has reached the next level, where it is having the ego is involved, self-respect is involved, so in front of so many guests. So He gave, in fact, the lawyer replies to him saying that if you are really serious about giving 2 millions, then I agree to not to stay only for 5. I'll stay for 15 instead of 5. Okay, 15. Done, cried the banker. Gentlemen, I stake 2 millions. Agreed, you stake 2 millions. I am freedom, said the lawyer. The guests tried to dissuade the 2 men, but they were adamant. Okay. Recalling this, the banker asked himself, why did I make this bet? What's the good? The lawyer loses 15 years of his life, and I throw away 2 millions. And does it prove that the capital punishment is worse or better than imprisonment for life? So after, losing everything, now he's realizing, was this bet worth, children?
No, ma'am.
It was not worth. How much time is?
10 minutes.
Still have time. Okay. So it was not worth at all, right? Yes or no?
Not at all. He lost 15 years. 15 years is a very
He lost
long time.
15 years on one hand, and the banker lost 2 millions just to prove which is better, life imprisonment, or was this, going to give them something? Just even if they tried to prove anything, were they going to benefit from this?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next is, no. On my part, it was the caprice of a wealthy man on a lawyer's pure greed. The banker and the lawyer signed an agreement which laid down the minutes details of the confinement. The lawyer must undergo his imprisonment in a room and the banker in the banker's garden. So now, what is happening? They had done the bet. Now they are what are they doing? They're signing the agreement that where is this banker going to be imprisoned for almost 15 years. All right. I'll stop you for today.